Ooh, shing. Let's get it, let's go, vamos. Hey, trash the motherfucking like button. Matter of fact, hit D. All of the above. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. The Cash App is $781THEVBYZ. Some assistance, some honor, some respect, some contributions, donations, and love. With open arms, I accept that and I respect that for those that do. Water me as I water you. And y'all know where I'm at right now. Yes, sir. Pretty much went to the other realms, speaking to the spirits of the forest. You understand? And one tree is all trees, which we all know is the tree of life, right? And I'm here just as a messenger, not no entitlement, but if you look at me as your spiritual guru, your teacher, your guidance, your Dalai Lama, whatever, whichever the endeavor, I don't seek any entitlement. But I just want to thank everybody that's on my platform that's supporting me as we watch the Gang Stalkers too. But yeah, I want to thank everybody. You know, it's like the Gang Stalkers, and they didn't get in their cars and pull off till I came out and walked off. And it's kind of miserable of a life that they live, that you got to sit and wait for somebody to move around or come on the scene, which is weird, but we're going to focus on the message, right? Semen retention, celibacy, brahmachari is more than just the glow. It's more than just having the skin. It's more than just having the magnetism. It's more than just attracting and also repulsing the things that's necessary, needed, and unwanted. This life force essence in this journey is, I'm going to give you one part of the key, because it's many pieces, it's many parts that make the key itself. All right? And you are the key, which is your soul, your key blade. And many does not have, obtain, or even understand how to access. So they'll try to take your pieces, your key blade, your source, your divinity. And basically, this part of the ep that I'm going to be joking y'all about is putting the pieces back together, right? And in order to do so and to do such, you have to go within. Nothing outside you will fulfill you until you go within. So I spent maybe 6 hours in a deep meditative state, and I'm ready to share something with y'all, which we all know. One of the main factors and main reasons of this life force essence in this journey of semen retention is to bring you back to source. It's to bring you back to your divinity, to bring you back to being whole, to bring you back to who you once were before this world try to confuse, abuse, and misuse you. You understand what I'm saying? It don't matter what race you are. At the end of the day, it don't matter what alien species you are. Let's take it there. Whether you part of the god lineage, you're a reptilian, you're a reptile, you're an insectoid, insectilian. It don't matter what lineage you come from. What I'm saying is, they try to distract us and detour us from who we all really are. You understand what I'm saying? This is a worldwide global message to the gods and goddesses, to the divine masculine energy and also the divine feminine energy, right? To realize your true power and know who you are, because this world fears that. This world is running off of chaos, illusions, and distractions, and other things that want your pieces to the puzzle missing, right? But I'm here to align you with the pieces to the puzzle and to help you put them back together so you could become whole once more. And like I say, this journey of semen retention is not about getting woman and all of that. That's just the minimum. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But the real valuable parts of the iceberg is what lies within the darkness, what resides within the shadows, what's under the surface. Y'all know how I say, water is water, but there's a whole lot going on under surface. Drop the V's in the comment section, man, if you're vibing with me. And you could drop the V's in the comment section if you feel violated. See, this world wants you to glamour and think the glitz is all about the top of the iceberg, right? Which is not. The true value is what's under the water, because that's where you find yourself. That's where you see true value. You understand what I'm saying? Doing the inner work. Anybody could do the physical work. Anybody could transmute their body physically. But the most important aspect is the spiritual transmutation, the transmutation of the soul. And that trickle downs to the mind and then into the body, which is the most densest form, the earthly realm, right? The body is earth. The emotions is water. The thoughts, the mind is air. The spirit is the fire. The esoteric flame which should never be putting out. But this world, if you stay earthbounded and you live in your carnal desires, kicking dirt on a fire will push it out. Earth can beat fire at a certain degree. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to stay in balance. In this lifestyle, it gives you the opportunity to keep that balance. You understand what I'm saying? To keep your equilibrium, to make sure your homeostasis level is right. And that's what this practice is about. Connecting the nervous system to its righteous degree, to its righteous way of operating. Because this world, people of the world, these worldly people and this world want you to stay bound to it. You shouldn't have no anchors on this earth realm, but you should remain grounded, if you understand where I'm coming from, right? Since I stepped on the scene, the atmosphere just been going haywire now, But as I was saying, I'm going into the store to make a few purchases. I need to get some things. I need to get some, like a dollar bottle or some Earl, so I can make a little fire and stuff, so I could do a little deeper meditative. And I'm about to borrow me some rice. So I'm going to the stove, so y'all bear with me. Keep your claws on. So as I was saying, this lifestyle, this practice, right, is to enrich and connect you back to source, to your divinity. You know what I'm saying? Not with the God of this realm of reality. The God that they claim is the God of this realm of reality is a jealous God, is a hateful God. And he bounds souls and traps souls, because that God that they call the God of this world cannot leave this world. You understand what I'm saying? So I, who am just a messenger, is to help you to return back to source. Build that connection, because if all you do is invest in your physical body, then that's all you're going to have in the long run. And that's what causes you to be reincarnated and come back here over and over again. But once you build back your spiritual body, because this physical realm in exchange wants your spiritual essence, because it knows about alchemists and, alchemists, 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 and, But the whole case is to build up your spiritual body, your spiritual armor, your spiritual ways, so that you have a vessel to transmute, because this physical body is to get you across the rivers of life. And excuse me, my eyes start going haywire and shit, but I gotta keep my head on the swivel when the witches and warlocks are appearing. Some on the scene trying to throw their black dark magic on me, but she's gonna eat that shit up. They weak. They fear me, because I could see what they are. You know what I'm saying? And that's not my problem. I'm not hiding in the skin suit, posing that I'm something else. And, so as I was saying, you have to stay focused on what you are and who you are and what your mission is on this realm of reality, right? Then they got a lot of stuff in this Dollar General. Got fishing hooks and all that. But let me stay focused. But see, that's what this physical world want. Your true currency is the spirit. When you don't feel like going to that job, that spirit telling you, hey, you're supposed to be utilizing your spirit in another type of nature, not the nature of this realm of reality. But as I was saying, to stay focused, right? You want to utilize this physical body, which is the boat, to get you across the rivers of life, so that you could be having your spiritual experience. And some people is just like Cypher in the Matrix. They love eating pizza. They love, you understand what I'm saying? Partaking in the physical things of this realm of reality. And they just want to stay in the Matrix, man. As long as they can play their role. And that's the ones you got to watch out for, who are the gatekeepers. The gatekeepers are the wicked ones, the evil ones. Because they possess a lot of knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, intellect, and they fear someone who does not have to become a Mason or a Freemason to understand the way that realm of reality works. You understand what I'm saying? And these agents of destruction, they fear that. Because if one can wake up someone, then that means they hold lodge, they hold fraternity, they hold documents, everything is threatened. You understand what I'm saying? The whole thing is threatened. They're scared about that. You gotta remember, why you think they got gatekeepers? Why you think people hide this knowledge, this wisdom, this spirituality, this intellect? Because they don't want you to utilize it. There are entities that are soulless, and they need you to stay alive and to thrive, which we all understand, right? But you got to realize that you're way more important and you're way worthy. You have way more worth than trying to feed some type of entity that has no soul, that has no source. So they come to you, which is these energy vampires, these Jezebels, these succubus, these evil motherfuckers. Anything that's white is already dead. It's just scared to turn gray and turn to ash, which is the true color of black. And those that they call black, aka melanin, is really liquid gold. Really liquid gold. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in this store and they're just real weird because they could feel life. They could feel real life. But let me get what I need so I can get out and I can finish our message, right? I know y'all been looking for me, but I've been on the front lines handling business. I just had to deal with a whole community of witches and warlocks and masons and freemasons. A lot of death magic, black magic, and hexes and curses that I just seen to walk through. And yet, time and time over again, they think that they could be able to destroy me. I would not leave this realm of reality till I do what my creator has possessed me. Well, not possessed, but I possess this certain mission within me. And I won't leave till I do what is needed. And on the back end, I do what I want. A couple side questions shit. So sticking to the story, sticking to the whole allegory, you understand what I'm saying? I should get a whole gallon of water. I got a couple bottled waters for $1.50, but I know I need a whole gallon of water because I got to go work out later on after I eat my rice and stuff. So as I was saying, let me get a basket as well. And watch, when I get a basket, they gonna want to talk to me. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. Don't want to be bothered by none of y'all. Just want to come in here, get what I need, and get the fuck out. But anyway, it's how it come. You gotta let the background characters, they don't get no type of shine, no sunshine nowhere else. But as I was saying, though, you understand what I'm saying? You gotta realize, like, hey, bro, this is not the same earth. This is a new earth. And things are being revealed. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you see my head turning and shit because I can feel them doing their finger flicking magic, because the witches and the warlocks, they're not walking around with no Harry Potter shit. The wands are their fingers, their hands. But they know I know. They fear me. But I don't fear them. Nothing to fear. But anywho, got me some vegetable oil. Okay, got me some rice. I gotta get a bottle of water. And yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You have what they wish they could have, but they sold. They probably never had a soul to begin with, but whatever essence they had, they transmuted it for the physical riches of this realm of reality, what keeps them bound. And this life force essence, celibacy, semen retention, this journey is to release the chains that this world have tried to shackle you with, so you can find your true self. Because Google not going to do that for you. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your lover, your brother, they're not going to do that. And in order to go within yourself, you need a specific light, like the anglerfish. He's in the deepest, darkest realms of the water. And he has a light. And that light also catches those who are living in lust and their carnal desires. And that's how he eats. And also it guides him through the darkness. The anglerfish, right? And this life force essence is no different from you being an anglerfish. You attract things you need and things you don't. But you got to have the spirit of discernment, which is also amplified and increased by being on this life force journey. You're standing around in this damn store. Let me get up out of here. Got to get some water too. I did want to get me some beans. I wanted to make me a Chipotle bowl. But I'm working on a budget. Not gonna burn my bread, but I'm abundant. So if I do spend all my money and stuff, I'm gonna get it back. Oh, you know what? I need to get some fresh veggies. I don't want to get no corn in a can. Plus, I don't even have a can opener. Anywho, I got that. So as I was saying, the witches and the warlocks, the witchcraft, the Wicca, they are scared of us because they know what we possess. And they don't have it. And some of them are just the watchers as well. I better get a gallon. I know I need a gallon of water. Because I'm about to drink that bitch down. So I get this bottle of distilled water. I want to get this little beat up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why they don't really advertise this lifestyle. We living in a realm of reality where everything has become hypersexualized and hyper satanic. And those that's not on the bandwagon, that's not a dick rider for Satan, they hate because you can see through it all. And that scares them. You got to realize how much magic that they are utilizing to try to keep you asleep. And you seem to just continuously wake up and get out of these illusions that they're trying to set for you. And it scares them. But that's not our problem, because we walking righteously with millions and billions of angels, because 10,000 will fall by our left and 100,000 will fall by our right. You understand what I'm saying? So 10,000 will also be lifted by our left and 10,000 will be lifted by our right. And I'm gonna just keep it simple, pimping. Just eat some beans and rice. until I come up on some more funds. I gotta save my funds so I can travel, get out of this desolate land. But anyway, you know, having the eyes of God is better than having the eyes of Satan. You understand what I'm saying? And that's beautiful, and I love it. Because you see things for what they are and not what they want you to see them as. And that's what this life force essence, this journey is all about. To reconnect you with the truth. When this world want to keep you connected in sorcery and deception. You know, true beauty is not in makeup, mascara. True beauty is accepting you, yourself, your situation, and all of those things for what they are and making it better. Because the more and more you put makeup on shit, that's the more and more you really subtract your beauty. Realize animals died to make these products, so you're putting death on your face. Oh, I do want some nectarine. I can't trust them out of the fucking dollar store. I can't trust these out the dollar store. Red Robin, yum. Going for $6.95. But let's just come in here and get what we came to get. Even though they watching me like a motherfucker in the store. I got my Earl, I got my water. I think that's probably, I need to get a sewing kit too, if they have that. But yeah, you know, it's a beautiful journey, man. Reconnecting with your true self. Because on this realm of reality, bro, everybody was given a specific role and identity to play, which was never your true self. And those that realized that and woke up to that, you have became a target. You have became a threat because you don't want to play in makeup land. You want to make up for the things you lost that was stolen or you gave away to those swine. And they say never cast your pearls among swine. Never give $100 to a penny. You understand what I'm saying? In the words of El Camira Vabo. And this world, like I say, they want you to become a rapper, become a doctor, become all these fake roles that they created. But they never shared and told you about the real role, which you are, who you are. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll get some animal crackers. Something sweet. But once you realize who your true identity is, then you lose the shackles of this realm of reality. And they fear that because, like I said, they want you to be a rapper. They want you to be somebody on the stage, marching on this white and black checkerboard that they call it is the Masons, the Freemasons playground. But at the end of the day, we're not playing. They're not playing by their handbook. We're not playing by their role. And that's something they just can't understand. Because those who don't have a soul are trying to control one or control those that does. And they just don't understand. How could a bunch of soulless beings try to control something that has a soul? It makes no sense to me, but I don't think it makes sense as much to them. They're trying to make it make sense, but they just don't get it. Ooh, I do want some grits. Let me get out of here. That's the evilness of a store. Got you buying more than what you need. I just said I needed some water, some Earl, and I need to get a sewing kit too. So that's what we're gonna stick to. I'll stick to the script. I'll fuck around and get it written out. Could I trade these? I could trade those Oreos. No, I'm gonna stick to my animal crackers. Even though I'm not supposed to be eating all that yeast and bread, but once I come up on some good funds and I get in a better location, or I could, you know, I'm a hobo, so they call me. You could never call me homeless or bum. But once I get into a city where I can make some money, then I'm gonna be good. Cause right now I'm in Macomb, Georgia, and it's just too low vibrational for me. So once I get some money for a ticket and shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know? But yeah, I just wanted to chop it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? My chosen ones, those that's on the journey, celibacy, brahmacharya, semen retention. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, this life force essence is to get you off the devil's rock and to get you to the rock that you belong, which is our source, our creator, the most high. Not the one that deem. You know, who would say in the Bible they said he's a jealous guy? Who the fuck would be jealous of something that's supposed to be less than him? It's all a mind game because you're more than the devil. He's bound to this devil's rock. And you're not. So don't fall for the traps. Knowledge of self is everything. And that's what this lifestyle, this practice will provide for you. But utilize it righteously, not to take advantage of those, but to advance with those. You understand what I'm saying? So, been about 20 minutes, I'm in this fucking store. They probably think I'm stealing like a motherfucker. So let me get up out of here. And I will talk to y'all on the next ep. You know, at least let me get like 10 likes. I know I don't have that many followers, that many subscribers, that many people in the tribe. But y'all work with me. Shit, at least create a fake account or something to get me up there. You hear me? It don't hurt, squirt. 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Cash App. You know, just to keep me vigorous and vibrant, to give y'all more of this voltage and potency. I'm willing to do it. But let me get up out the stove because they ain't here losing their mind and shit. And I got things to do with my mind while they lost in the sauce. So y'all have a beautiful rotation. Oasis, peace and prosperity, man. Remember, man, everybody was given a fake and a false identity. You understand what I'm saying? And they wanted you to live like that. They wanted you to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? Which is really the lowest vibration of you using your psychic abilities. You know what I'm saying? Because you're really a psychedelic vibe once you step into this lifestyle. But hey, once you start to utilize your essence righteously, you can see all the facade. You can see who's a Jezebel, who's a witch, who's a succubus, who's doing witchcraft, black magic, that magic. You can see it all, bro. And it just tickle your fanny. Because they in a bunch with their panties. You know, remember, the witches and warlocks not walking around with no wands. Their fingers are their wands. And once you got the eyes to see, it's a joke. Because none of their black magic, that magic, or curses, or bad luck gonna stick, but it returns right back to sender. Inshallah. So shall it be. So let me go ahead and check out, and I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute. Matter of fact, we're gonna keep the live running, but let me do something real quick.